Hey everyone, this your man Marlon Copeland, and I am back with the top 10. Today we're going to go over the top 10 horror villains of all time. High Films, which is a website that went over their top 10 horror villains of all time. Anybody that knows me know I'm a big horror buff, so why not take a stab at it? You get it? No? Okay, I'll leave it alone. But we're going to go ahead and start. High on Films, as you know, if I look to my right, that means I'm reading. So, High on Films, their top 10 villains list of all time. Number 10, Ghostface. I like Ghostface. I love the Scream franchise. Could be a little bit repetitive at times, but the concept behind Ghostface I do enjoy. I like Neve Campbell as a leading lady. Pretty cool person in person, so that's pretty cool. I just like the franchise itself. I think it's a pretty cool franchise, but like I said, it can be a little bit repetitive. It's more of a guess who done it type scenario because you got to see which one is the killer. It's almost like playing really a really mean and vicious game of Clue, except you get killed in this one. But yeah, I love Scream. Pretty cool, like that. Next, they have the Invisible Man on their list. The Invisible Man, I think, is a very intriguing concept. I've only known of two movies that has been made in regards to the Invisible Man. There may be more. I just probably haven't seen them. I think it's a very interesting and intriguing concept because when you think about it, you're vulnerable. It's just like me recording right now in this studio by myself. There can be somebody in here with me, and I'm vulnerable because I can't see them. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. So that's a scary scenario. I actually think it should be higher, but we'll get to my list in a little bit. Uh, Sam from Trick or Treat. I've never seen the movie itself, so maybe I'm a little biased. I have seen like the concept of Sam, very vicious little guy. So I'm not really that enamored with Trick or Treat. Number 7 is Candyman. um, we recently lost Tony Todd, the original Candyman. Phenomenal actor, not just in horror. He's just a really good actor, period. But he would always be known for Candyman, and ironically enough, he's probably the only horror villain that I know of that is a part of two successful horror franchises. When you really sit back and think about it, he's in Final Destination. He's in every one of them, if I'm not mistaken, and he's also in Candyman. It's crazy because Candyman was destined to kind of take over the horror genre. And I never forget this. I would never, ever, ever forget this. I remember watching Siskel and Ebert, and they were reviewing the movie. And, no one's perfect, but I definitely remember them going over the movie and pretty much talking about how much this man looks like OJ Simpson. And it was so heavily discussed that I think that it kind of pigeonholed him into just the Candyman movies because Tony Todd, if you know about him, he's more than just a horror icon. He's an actor, like he can act his ass off. But you know, sometimes you have to think about the words that you say. It can put people in a precarious situation. And I'm not saying that was the end all be all of his career. I just know he was more than a horror actor. But nevertheless, Candyman was fucking awesome. I love all the movies. The first one is more iconic, but the other ones I like too. I like Tony Todd. I love the franchise. Number 6 is Jack Torrance from The Shining. Eh, I mean, it was Jack Nicholson is Jack Nicholson. I mean, what else can you say about Jack? Um, you can't say jack shit about him, right? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just best I don't say anything. I did like the movie though. Um, Number 5 on their list is Chucky. Love Child's Play, love the franchise. I think, stemming off of Nightmare on Elm Street, because it came out in 1984, and I believe Child's Play came out in like 87, 88. I think that people started to say, hey, well, since the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise is taking off, we need to add personality to our characters that we're going to be bringing out. And I think that's where you start to see more personalities like Pinhead, like they talked. They wasn't just big and lumbering and, just kill, kill, kill. And they wasn't just doing all that. They started to bring out more horror icons or horror characters. I won't say icons because all of them are not icons, but they started to bring out more characters with more personality. And I think that Nightmare on Elm Street was a prerequisite to that. And Chucky is one of them who mouth is like reckless, and he'll fuck some Achilles up, just cutting people below the kneecap. So I am a big fan of the Child's Play franchise. It just got a little stagnant though, because he kept going after Andy. Like shit, Andy was old enough to vote, and you still trying to chase this guy. But nevertheless, love the franchise. They love the TV show too. Number 4 on their list is Pennywise, the dancing clown. Really enjoyed the original one. I love the original. Um, oh God, I can't. I love the original movie. I thought that was really good. The remake was good. I really enjoyed part 1 with the kids. I thought that was phenomenal. When they became adults, and which is ironic because everyone in this show, they are adults. They're great actors. Like they had all the great actors that you could possibly have in this movie, and the kids outdid the adults. So I don't know. I like the original It better, and I also like the part 1 to the new It with the kids. The kids, you can tell these kids hung out. You can see their chemistry on screen, and I thought it was really good to see those kids together on on camera. And the adults, it just seems like it was a payday for them. I don't know if other people feel the same way I do, and it would be intriguing to know, but that's just my opinion. I'm not a expert in regards to critiquing it or the movie or anything like that. Number 3 on their list is Michael Myers. Michael Myers is an icon. Everyone loves Michael Myers as a character. I think that for every great antagonist, you got to have a great protagonist, and I think that Laurie Strode, which is played by, oh my God, Jamie Lee Curtis, it's like you got to have that. And if we didn't have that, I don't know how much of a Michael Myers. I don't know how much of an icon Michael Myers would be, but he is an icon. And I enjoyed the movies. It's not my favorite franchise, but definitely a great franchise. It's definitely one of the top 5 slasher franchises of all time, in my opinion. Then you get to number 2, which is Jason, Friday the 13th. Jason is a fucking machine. I don't know anyone that could stop him. I know a lot of people hated Jason Goes to Hell. That's actually my favorite Friday the 13th. I thought just because it was different. It's actually it's my second favorite Friday the 13th. The one with CJ Graham in it, which I think it's right before Jason versus Tina, the new beginning or whatever it's called. Like I said, I'm not a Friday the 13th guy, but I do watch it. I think it's definitely one of those top 5 franchises out there. But I love Jason Goes to Hell. I love Creighton Duke. I thought he was an interesting character. I thought it was a lot to be desired with how they set him up and then how he died. I didn't really care for Kane Hodder's makeup in Jason Goes to Hell, but he looked bloated. He looked like he needed a enema or something. He just looked big and bloated. It was ridiculous. But I know a lot of people don't like the movie because it lacked Jason. But I think when you have so many of those type of movies in a franchise, you got to try different things, and I think that's exactly what they were trying to do. So, but nevertheless, I think the franchise is really good. Like I said, I can't quote it verbatim like I can the number 1 franchise. Number 1 is Freddy Krueger. I am the biggest Nightmare on Elm Street fan that you would ever meet. I am a Fredhead. So obviously you can already tell what's number one on my list. So I I don't even know what else to say. The franchise is amazing. Um my like I don't like there's movies in there I don't like. I don't like Dream Child. I don't like Freddy's Dead could have been so much better. For that, thank God that wasn't his send off. And I was actually just having a conversation recently about Freddy's Dead, and when you think about the Dream Child and you think about Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Dead, I love Robert Englund. I don't know what else to say. I'm so enamored with this guy. He's a classically trained actor. He's a SAG Award winner. He's a phenomenal actor. But don't you think he should have had he played this character so long? Do you think they were really going to replace him after all this time in Nightmare 5 and 6, Freddy's Dead and Dream Child? Why couldn't he say something? He knew that was bullshit. He knew those scripts was bullshit. You can't tell me Robert Englund did not know those scripts were bullshit. You got his daughter, Lisa Zane, Billy Zane's sister. I'm a big Billy Zane fan. Gosh, I just thought she could have been a little bit better. You got Yaphet Kotto in there of Alien fame. God bless the dead. He's no longer with us either. And you got, I can't even think of the girl. She was always angry. Like, she's like, get in the fan, get in the fan. And she was talking to Maggie. I don't know. I liked her character, but then John Doe was weird. I just felt like Robert Englund should have, hey, can we try this? Can we try that? Like, he had the cachet to do that. And it just, once you get past 4, it's a lot to be desired. And you could tell that Wes Craven wasn't involved. Definitely could tell that. And it just left a lot on the table. It really did. It left a whole lot on the table. All right. Now, it's time for my list. So they didn't have a criteria for their list. My list is I'm going to have the criteria of, because I did make a couple changes. My criteria would be, I would like to pay homage or homage, wherever you're from in this world. I want to pay respect to a couple of horror icons that are not on their list. And I think about just the franchises that I enjoy and think about their bankability and things like that. And most importantly, who ass can I kick if I'm ever in those situations? So we're going to go ahead and start this thing off with my list. Number 10. I solely believe in my heart and soul I can fuck Pennywise up. And the reason why is because if you look at the premise of the movie It, the remake and the re-imaging or whatever you want to call it, and the original, if you make him feel bad, you win. That's plain and simple. If Pennywise the clown feels bad, I'm one of the biggest shit talkers you will ever meet in your life. So I know that I can make Pennywise the clown feel bad. I can talk some shit to make him shrink. So he's my number 10. My number 9. I just think that the doll is like what 2 foot tall. Now, if there's a way he sneak attacks me, obviously I'm gone. But I'm 6 foot 200 pounds. I think I could fuck a doll up head on. And if I'm in that situation, my head is on the swivel. So he better be ready to make sure he can try his best to sneak up on me. And that's the only way he's gonna get me down. He gonna have to cut my Achilles because I'm gonna fuck that little doll up. Ain't not it won't be no sequels. That motherfucker be dead in the first 15 minutes or less. I'm just here to tell you. Number 7 on my list. No, I apologize. Number 8 on my list. Now, if it's just a straight up, we going up against each other type of situation, then I think that this next character I can definitely take head on. But if they have their plethora of people who does this, then I'm fucked. So my number 8 is Ghostface. I just think that as a man, if it's straight up, I'm gonna whoop his ass. And if I don't, it would be because I got jumped or look, everybody coming out in them outfits on me because one on one, I am not gonna just let you stab me up. I'm just sorry. So I'm sorry. I ain't losing to no damn Ghostface unless they jump me. It's just how I feel. Could be wrong, could be right. Number 7 on this list is, and it's because I'm paying homage. This is a character that's lasts for God 50 some odd years, 60, 70 years, and you still constantly see remakes. You've seen serious versions, you've seen comedic versions, you've seen somewhere in between type versions. Frankenstein is a character that would live beyond all of us. It just will. And if he's number 7, you already know that Dracula has to be number 6 because he's the same image and likeness of Frankenstein. Will live forever beyond all of us. It's a character that's been played by a multitude of people. It's a character that's been portrayed comedically, seriously, dramatically. It's just one of those characters that to where you are enamored with in some way, shape, or form. Everyone loves Dracula. Frankenstein may be a little bit subjective, but most people love Dracula. Matter of fact, they're like the old guard, like the old Hollywood Freddy and Jason. So now we move into people who like I don't think I got a shot against because of some of the scenarios. Okay. So my number 5 will be the Invisible Man. Who in the hell has a shot against the Invisible Man? He's invisible. So if he's invisible, you're gonna get fucked up. No other way to look at it. I've only seen 2 movies based off of this. I think that the character is very unique, plays on vulnerabilities. It's a scary character, and I don't know too many people who can take that character on and become and come out successful. But throw some wet flour on that motherfucker, so you can always find them. That's the only thing I can come up with. Where am I at? I'm looking at my list. Number 4, Michael Myers. To be honest with you, I know in my mind I feel like I underestimate him, but I actually think I can take Michael Myers. I just don't. I just don't see it. I don't see losing to this dude. But I do have him ranked number 4. I can put the Invisible Man in front of him because I think vulnerabilities mean a lot more. I mean, this just one dude. We don't know if he dead or a zombie or whatever. I know if you get into the latter parts of the old variation of the franchise, it shows that he was possessed by the Thorn Corporation, but it don't make sense to me because he's only possessed to fucking kill his family. It's weird. I do like the last variation of Michael Myers that just came out like a couple years ago. I thought that was really good, really, really good. They did it was great writing. It seemed reality based to a certain degree. It did a really good job with that franchise in the last rendition of it. But yeah, that's my number 4 guy. My number 3 guy, I ain't got a chance in hell. Ain't no way in hell I'm messing with Tony Todd or Candyman. And the thing of it is, it plays on your vulnerabilities if you really think about it. When you were a kid, anyone that's a kid that's ever played the game Bloody Mary is Candyman. And when you were a kid, if you ever heard of Bloody Mary, I'm not gonna keep saying this name too many times. Even though I'm old, I still don't want to say the name too many times. But whenever you think about Bloody Mary, you think about Candyman. It's the same thing, and it's fear. It's like if I stand in this mirror and say this for too long, like what's really gonna happen? And it's a scary scenario. So I think Candyman is definitely someone that preys on your inner fears, even as an adult. Like y'all would be lying if you didn't say it ain't like y'all just going in the bathroom saying the lady's name or Candyman's name. Well, you might say Candyman, but you ain't saying that other lady's name because it's urban legend. You fucking scared. I get it. I am too. You see, I stopped at 3. So my number 2 person, we all fucked. You can't beat him. He's a machine. This dude has been cut up. He's been blown up. He's been drowned. He's been set on fire. He's been drowned numerous times. He's been firing squad. This motherfucker done been to space. He is a machine that we ain't winning. Okay, nobody's winning against this guy. Nobody. Like I said, I know I say I'm not a big fan of the franchise. I guess I have to kind of eat those words because I've watched all of it. I like when CJ Graham takes over. I like from him all the way to the remake and oh my god, that remake. This motherfucker running fast and hard. Ain't nobody messing with him in that remake. Nobody messing with him in that remake. That's the Jason that's gonna fuck everybody up right there. The remake. This dude can run. He got tunnels and shit. Well, I thought he was a mongoloid. What mongoloid building tunnels and running around? I don't know any. I mean, there are some high functioning mongoloids in this world, but this he can shoot bow and arrows. I thought that was a bit much. Like, come on, man. Motherfucker shooting bow and arrows. I ain't like that. But the remake, that shit is scary. I remember being in the movie theater when it came out, and they showed in the trailer he was running. And I remember people say, "Oh, bullshit, Jason don't run." I'm like, you guys, you don't know the history of Jason Voorhees. Up until CJ Graham took over, he did run. He ran, then you had the big mystery when it really wasn't Jason, it was the ambulance guy or the guy who worked for the medic. In between those two, you got the medic, and then before then, Jason ran. Afterwards, he was a zombie. So he didn't run. So when he was alive, the motherfucker ran. He was a track star too. He probably ran at Crystal Lake High. But regardless, he was a runner. So when you go back, he literally can run. And in the remake, he was running. They just paid homage to all of the movies kind of rolled up into one. That was a scary ass movie. I have to give it that. Now, move on to number 1. I love this man. This scene right here is from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. It's the scariest he's ever looked. His makeup, the only thing that was fucked up about his entire look was those damn church shoes that they made him wear. And other than that, he was scary as hell. It's one of the scariest variations of his face, just the way he talked. He wasn't quite cracking the jokes yet. He did. You got the body, I got the brain, but he wasn't cracking the one-liners in part 2. I know a lot of people don't like Nightmare 2. Actually, I was one of those people who didn't like it for many years as well. But as I got older, I really liked the movie as I got older. One of the things I used to always hear, oh, it's one of the gayest horror movies of all time. I don't know if I just necessarily didn't like it because I thought it was gay. I don't really care about that. I just didn't like it because I thought that I didn't like. At first I did not like Jesse. I thought he was like just. I thought they should just cast a female. That was my opinion. But I was too young to kind of understand all the homoneurotica type shit that people were talking about. I didn't give a shit about none of that. I just wanted to see Freddy fuck some people up. And he did. Because the pool scene is the scene where he's killed the most people. Matter of fact, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 is the movie where he killed the most people. Keep that in mind if you haven't played horror trivia. I love the entire franchise. Like I said, I can talk shit about part 5, part 6. I know a lot of from a domestic box office standpoint. I know that A New Nightmare didn't do good, but it's one of the best Nightmare on Elm Streets ever made, like ever. I know everyone hates the 2010 variation of Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm not gonna say I hate it. I do think they could have did a better job of casting. And when I say that, I'm not talking about Jackie Earl Haley. I think he did a phenomenal job. If you ever go back to the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Robert Englund was not cracking jokes. He wasn't one-liners and zingers, and he wasn't doing any of that. He was fucking these kids up, and that's exactly what Jackie Earl Haley did. He did the same thing. I like this glove. I like the look. I like some of the sequences. I did not like his makeup. I didn't, and that she's a great actor, but I did not care for the young lady who played Nancy. I didn't care for her in that role. She's already admitted that she didn't even want to do the role. I think they could have did a better job of getting us to invest into the kids, like making us like them and say, "Oh man, why they get killed?" Like if you don't have no emotional attachment to something, you don't give a shit about it, and that's exactly what happened in the remake. We didn't care about those fucking kids. I think the only kid we probably cared the most about was the kid that was on the internet when Nancy was watching and he killed himself on the internet. That's the only one we probably cared about because we didn't know his backstory, except for he was so tired and he was so like, oh my God, I can't sleep. Other than that, like the rest of those kids, nobody cared about. Tell me I'm telling lies. So I actually think they got the top 2 right at least. I wanted to pay homage to Frankenstein and to Dracula. I think I can fuck Chucky and Pennywise up. And I also think I think I can get away from Michael Myers. If y'all let Busta Rhymes beat up Michael Myers, then I can beat up Michael Myers. Because y'all let Busta Rhymes hit him with the shit, make him feel it out in his toes. Why? Shouldn't happen like that. But anyway, thank you guys. I hope everybody's having a great day. Just want to come and drop that top 10 on you. Hope everyone taking care. Be safe. Talk to you later.